Guys, hello again and welcome. Welcome to our very first Alkali Beauty Alka Live event. It's been a great day so far. We're excited to continue this on. I am Nicole George, your Director of Digital Education, and I am super excited to be hosting today. Before we get started, I just want to remind you that from now until March 31st, you will receive 55% off, $50 and more on your purchases on 𝒘𝒊𝒕𝒉.com. You just need to use the code ALKALIVE, all caps. You are also automatically entered into our raffles for the chance to win a blonding kit or an alkali shear fin set. So make sure you keep your eyes on it. Today is going to be the blonding kit, and Jess will actually be going live later on our page. So keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, I am going to turn this on over to Tori. Tori, let me get the camera on you, darling. Give me just a minute.
All right. Here I was thinking it was on me the whole time anyway, so I'm just like standing here trying to look.
You're good. It says that she is the host, so I don't know why it's not showing her. Do you have an option to click on yourself to spotlight yourself? No.
I don't think so. Now I can just pause or stop recording.
Switching back and forth, or is it staying? No, it's switching.
Share content. What does that mean?
No, you don't have to do that. Sorry, guys. Give me just a second. Let me try.
Yeah, I'm on a phone. Sorry, guys. I have a laptop, but it's from like 2010, so.
You're fine. It's just not allowing me to, I might have to log out and log back in to try to get it going again because I'm not able to pin this to you. Yeah, give me 1 minute, guys. I'm going to log out and come right back in. 1 minute.
No worries. I had a feeling I should have like tried to do this.
Okay, hi guys, I'm back again.
Hi.
Hi. Yes, I want to make her a co-host. Okay. Tori, can you talk for me for a minute?
Yeah.
Guys, we're gonna have to deal with the craziness because
did my share, is that working now?
Nope, it's flipping back and forth between you and I. So I'm sorry, guys, that's gonna be a little bit annoying, but I don't want you guys to miss this education. So I'm just gonna get it going real quick for you, okay?
Okay.
Let's just start out again, just in case anybody missed it. Again, guys, welcome to our first Alkali Beauty Alka Live event. My name is Nicole George. I'm your Director of Digital Education, and I'm excited to be hosting today. Again, before we get started, I just want to remind you that from now until March 31st, you'll receive 55% off, $50 and more on your purchases at 𝒘𝒊𝒕𝒉.com using the code ALKALIVE. You are all automatically entered into our raffles. Today is going to be the blonding kit, and Jess will be going live on the Alkali Beauty main page, announcing that later as well. So keep a lookout for that. Tori, are you ready to get started, girlfriend?
Yes.
Awesome. Talk to me. What are we doing today?
Well, now that you did the intro that I practiced, I'm like, okay, well, now I don't have to tell them about that. So anywho, I just have to tell you guys, my name's Tori. I'm Tori Does Hair on Instagram if you don't know me. And I'm just going to show you a little color blocking today and talk a little about the unicorn lightening, the unicorn milk, and the IP that I used to lighten this mannequin for my last education thing with Alkali Beauty. I will post pictures of her before and after from her lightening later, but as you can tell, she's a nice all even one color blonde. I actually gave her quarantine roots and fixed those for an Instagram live for Alkali. But anywho, yeah, that's what I'm going to be talking about. To prep her, I'm going to take this out. To prep her, I decided that she needed curtain bangs because everyone wants curtain bangs right now. They're adorable. I get it. I kind of have some. But the problem is with having kind of such a heavy fringe now is people want the e-girl look with bangs. So it's kind of hard to just do this part and have that show through. It's not going to be that big of an impact. It's nice if you don't want it to be so in your face, but she wants her color to be in her face and around her face. So obviously the e-girl look is really popular. Underlights are really popular. What else? All those kinds of things, like ribbon highlights, everything. I consider all of those color blocking. And I encourage everyone to get a little creative in their placement for color blocking too. Like I said, this is a little more bold of a look with the color blocking around her face. But you can always like take a triangle out back here and it'll just come down to the front of their hair because that's how their hair lays. You can do things in between the head, or in between the head, in the middle of the head, and leave the hairline out. So it's more of a peekaboo look. But like I said, Emma wants to be a little more bold today. So what
I'm just going to stop you real quick. Alicia is asking what exactly is color blocking. Alicia, did that explain it for you, honey? Okay, perfect. Go ahead, Tori.
Okay, perfect. It's just adding bold pops of color pretty much anywhere throughout the head as your focal point. So I'm like, man, that definition sounded really good. All right, so I have her bangs sectioned out in a triangle. How I figured out the top of her head, I'm doing a thing. My neighbor's out here trying to talk to me right now. All right, so how I sectioned out her bangs and her front section is I laid the comb on top of her head like that. You can see it's flat and it goes straight out. That's the point where I started taking hair. That's basically where the hair is going to fall forward naturally on the head. So I did that. I took from both sides down to the front hairline, like the recession area. Same thing on this side. Made a little triangle. And then on the side here, I looked at her hairline. This is a mannequin, so it's obviously the perfect hairline. But most people, have this little, maybe a little recession area right here. And there are 2 points coming down sometimes, like a little bit of a sideburn and a little bit more of something going towards their eyebrow. But find those 2 points and make a triangle out of that. I took this one the whole way back. I tried to line up like the back of her ear and forward. And then I just went from that point forward to that point in the end of the recession area. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, just straight up. So the back of the ear and straight back to meet that point. hold that from the rest of this out of the way. And I decided, since she's lightened, I was like, do I really want to do a very bold color today, or do I want to do more pastels so I have options to change her hair in the future? I left it long for that reason, for other education events. But I'm going with kind of more pastel colors. I'm going to do a pastel green in these 3 triangles I took out here. And then I'm going to do a pastel pink on the rest. So that way I have room to do things in the future. We got to make these mannequins last, huh?
So Tori, what did you prep the hair with?
I prepped the hair with, I shampooed with 𝒌𝒊𝒏 whenever I rinsed her out before. Actually, not since the Alkamob event. But I did spray her down with unicorn milk, well, for like a cutting lotion when I cut her. And then obviously I used the unicorn lightning for that video too. The unicorn milk, though, I like to use as a porosity equalizer before putting on vivid colors, especially. And it just makes everything turn out more even. And I actually use unicorn milk on my global blonding, actually pretty much every color application. If it's going on the scalp, I use that before because it has CBD in it with lots of omega fatty acids to protect the scalp during any chemical service. So what I'm doing right here is just taking a paper thin section. You can see through it. You can see her ear. And I'm just going to paint this green on here. This is pretty self-explanatory from here, but it's just talking about different ways to achieve different looks. I wanted to make her look like a spring flower. Just thoroughly saturate. This is a semi-permanent color, so you don't want to overwork it into the hair. Another paper thin section. Working away from the face so we don't have to inconvenience our client. The important thing, though, about equalizing the porosity before any chemical services, this actually happened to me recently, is more porous hair can either be more resistant to accepting a semi-permanent color, or it can soak up permanent or demi-permanent color way too quickly and turn darker.
Everybody's saying they love this color green.
I guess I should share formula, huh? So this is, I started with, it's all Pulp Riot, what I've used for years, and I just can't find anything else that I love quite as much. It is, I started with sea glass, and I added, which one? Aftermath. Aftermath is the muted green. And then after that, I wasn't happy, so I put a dot of absinthe in. And after that, I wasn't happy, so I put a dot of aquatic in. I'm the person. Go ahead.
A little bit of all the things.
Yes. And I knew she still had a little bit of yellow undertones in her hair. So I'm like, it's going to turn out a little more yellowy green than this. So I'm excited. It's going to be basically perfect Easter grass green.
Perfect.
But yeah, we were talking about, I have notes here because I always get off topic. We were talking about the porosity thing. What did I put down? I'm just like putting my forehead in the. Oh, I wanted to bring up that it was good for your scalp too because of the DHT blockers in the grapeseed extract. So it actually combats against hair loss a little bit too, which I really need that. And
it promotes new growth as well.
What's that?
It promotes new growth as well. So it's a 1-2 punch.
Nice. Now I can put this up out of the way. Get up there to the scalp. Flip this up. We're good underneath, saturated, didn't bleed through. Cut that back for you so it's not in your eye, Emma. I wish it's probably normal now that people are talking to mannequins, just with how little human interaction we've had in the past year. I can let this piece down and take this clip. I haven't looked at any participating yet. Like trying to see what's going on. Push that right up to the scalp. I believe this was the side that I could just bleach the entire side of the mannequin at one time. I can't remember. Well, it's a good thing that I can't remember because I really I really screwed up her other side to give her quarantine roots. But I can't tell now because it lifted so evenly. But yeah, one of the sides I was able to just put bleach on the mannequin, let her process the pale yellow, and then shampoo it. But the other side, I made fake roots. I did this all with the Unicorn Lightning. She was they say the mannequins are natural level 7-8, or she was like a 6-7. Her hair was not natural, of course. So it took some time to get through, but we were able to lighten her this bright with 20 volume in about, I would say about 30 minutes. It's super fast and super strong.
Do you find you have to go over 20 volume at all with Unicorn Lightning?
Honestly, I'm a little intimidated over 20 volume with Unicorn Lightning. It does the job so well. I sometimes don't even touch 20, like I just stay at 10 and 5. If you worked really, really fast, yes, you can use 30. I would not imagine touching it with 40.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, like I just don't see a reason to.
Yeah, it works really quickly.
It does. It's definitely my go-to for lifting artificial color, though. I'm trying to think. My last big color correction, I took my client from box black to like a nice level 6-7 copper. So I did like a color removing pre-treatment, and then I did Unicorn Lightning with 5 volume and just painted it on her hair where the box color was, and it just lifted to a gorgeous, pretty much level 7. Otherwise, with box color recently, with quarantine and everything, I've been seeing a lot of either like just dark banding in the hair, porosity issues, stuff like that. And I am really grateful that I have these products to help me with those things.
So Tori,
go ahead.
We've got Alkamob auditions coming up.
Oh my goodness, you're right, we do.
They start Monday and they go into April 15th, guys. Tori, tell us a little bit about being in the mob and what opportunities you've gotten from it.
I am going to just start off with saying, whenever I met Michelle, the owner of the company, we were at Long Beach last year. I was new to the area. I live in California. I live like an hour away from the Alkali salon. And Long Beach is very close to the Alkali salon. So I met Michelle and she was just immediately so nice, so welcoming. And I was like, okay, I could definitely see myself working with this company. I was part of the Unicorn Tribe, or I am part of the Unicorn Tribe. And Alix and Michelle had just collabed on the Unicorn Milk, which is hands down my favorite, absolute favorite product from the line, other than the lightener. But she was like, you should audition for Alkamob, and I was like, okay, sure, whatever. And then I was accepted, which this is a very accepting group. And I've been able to reach out to fellow stylists since then that are part of the Alkamob. It's kind of like a little family thing.
We're glad to hear that.
Yeah. So I was in a rough place, like just moving to a new area, and I felt way more accepted and received lots of help that way.
Oh, well, you're fabulous, and we're so glad to have you.
But God, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the auditions starting March 29th and April 15th.
Yep.
So,
and then we also
have your taxes.
Yep, we also have Alchemist of the Year going on. If you are currently in Alkamob, which Tori, I hope to see you audition this year. We have Alchemist of the Year going on. You guys can submit your entries as many times as you want. They're going now through July 15th. And then the winner will be announced at our symposium in California this year, which is going on September 12th and 13th. So a lot of fun stuff coming up for those of you that are in the mob. And if you're not yet, again, you can audition and be a part of all of this. We love, love, love to support each other and watch our family grow. So we hope to see a lot of you out there.
Very much so. And yes, I will be auditioning for Alchemist of the Year. Good. But they're open until July, so I'm a procrastinator. No, I just, we all have a lot going on. So
Well, I look forward to your entries.
I look forward to seeing everyone else's entries too.
Mm-hmm.
That's
so
the
many
other nice. Go ahead.
So many talented stylists.
Oh yeah. That's the other thing about being part of the Alkamob. You get into the Alkamob members only like Instagram page, and there is a lot of good stuff going on over there. Lots of inspiring work posted on a regular basis.
Yeah, our girl Dawn, Array of Colors, runs the page, and she posts some really great educational information.
Yes.
Little sneak peeks at things that nobody else gets to see yet. So that's just one of your perks from being a part of the mob family. Alicia said hashtag Elka Sisters.
Definitely. And that was the nice thing I was looking forward to after meeting some of the mob members in Long Beach. I was like, oh, this will be so nice. I'll have another group of people to meet at hair shows. Joke was on me. That was last February, so.
Wah, wah.
So here we are. And I'm going to need to mix more green. But while I do that, luckily I left most of my things out. I know I mentioned protecting the scalp. I would take you guys off of there. Actually, yeah, I'm going to take you guys off of there and bring you over. So I was talking about protecting the scalp with the unicorn mill. I find that adding in VIP, the shine serum, let me grab that too. I find that adding this into the lightener whenever you're doing an on-scalp application especially protects the scalp a little bit more, and it just makes the lightener a little bit creamier. I would like to thank everyone that joined me today. I know it's a Sunday. It's hopefully your day off work. I really appreciate you being here.
Absolutely. We still have one more class to go after this as well, guys, so don't get lost. We have Sharon Lytle coming up with foliage and vivids. So that's at 5 o'clock. You can catch that right after Tori. And we will be getting after pictures as well. So you guys will be able to see the finished results.
Here I am just putting a bunch of drops of all different greens in here. There we go. Good thing I remembered my formula. Usually I'd write it down, but I don't think Emma will want this color again. See, my space just completely rearranged. Where did I put that? There we go. Last few brushfuls. So obviously I'm not going to bore you guys with just applying the all over pink in the back while having you here. I think most of us know how to do an all over color application. But like she said, there will be after photos posted. Maybe I'll do some cute braids or something with some paste or something.
Nikki is saying she can't wait to see the finished look. So Tori, can you touch again on like different placements with the color blocking and what kind of effect, if some give a softer feel, or can you play around with that a little bit for us?
Oh yeah, definitely. So anything around the face is obviously going to be bolder. Feel free to play with the shape of your parting too. Like you could even do a square at the fringe for a different look. You just really have to think about where the hair lives, where it comes from, and where it's going to lay. So these pieces on the side are going to come forward and kind of peek out the side and peek out a little bit since they go further up here. They'll peek through the layers at the bottom. This top part, it'll be the bold bang, and the part that sweeps over these blonde sections right here. So whenever she blows it out and does the Farrah Fawcett flippy thing, it'll be mostly green, and then the blonde will come through that. So I'm really excited to do that on her. Some different placement though. If your client's just like, I want to try a pop of color for the first time, I wouldn't do it around her face unless she's telling you like she wants to do it bold and in your face. Let's say she has, God, I can't even use that excuse anymore. I was gonna say an office job, and she had parameters about what color her hair could be. Then she would obviously want the option to hide it. I'm just gonna clip this up for her. Just act like this is a person. But if she would want more of a peekaboo look, ignore that these are here, you can take out an inch section at the hairline the whole way around and go in through where the recession area ends here and it comes back out. I would part that off the whole way around the head, flip that up, and go from the occipital bone down, flip that off, and then you have this center section to play with. If they have layered hair, it can shatter down through here. So that's where that hair lays. If you pull this up, this section would be what was out. You can see where that hair lives right there. So it'll shatter through her layers. But she can pull it up and kind of hide it that way. I've been talking too much with no water. That's one of my favorite things to do. Or you could even do just underlights down at the nape. So if we would take a section from ear to ear, right below the occipital bone, we could do a couple triangles back here from the bottom of the hairline here, make that the point and go up. So you would still have blonde here coming towards the face. And that would shatter down through. This would be the piece that would be bold. Or you could just do slices going that way. And that'll shatter through the bottom. There are endless possibilities with color blocking. My My eyes are watering now too. And I wish I had examples of all the different placement too. You could even, I've had a client recently who just wanted like this section of their hair. So it would peek through around the face rather than be the focal point. So like I said, endless ways to play with it. It's really all about, I definitely recommend cutting before and then just looking at where the hair lives and where you want that color to be. Triangles are really good to work with too because they look more natural on the hair. I forget the reasoning behind that.
It diffuses it a bit.
Yeah, it definitely diffuses it a bit. So I'm going to start putting this pink on too. This pink was Blush Candy and Cupid. Mostly blush though. Oh yeah, and if you're watching and you really want to come to that symposium in September, that is like, I'm so excited. That's the first thing I'm going to do in person in a big group.
I am so excited to meet you all.
I know. Definitely audition for the Alkamob so you can come hang out with us.
Please.
We want to meet new people.
I think we're all ready for giant hugs.
Oh my God, yes. I'm not even a hugger. Like
me neither, but I'm ready.
Before this, if you would have like come up to me and hugged me, I'm that person that I'm just like, like, who are you? Why are you touching me? But like now, no, I just want hugs. I did get my first vaccine yesterday, so I'm very, very excited about that. Even though I know we still have to be careful, but I'm just looking forward to meeting everyone and seeing people again in September. And I'm also excited too that I can use that discount code today.
Absolutely. So just a reminder on that, you guys get 55% off a $50 or more order on alkalibeauty.com if you use the code ALKALIVE. That's ALKALIVE, all caps.
I might even change my mind and just do a pink shadow root on her and leave the rest of her hair blonde on the ends. So it looks really Eastery. She'll just be an Easter egg.
I love it.
I think that sounds like a plan. That's probably what I'm gonna do, guys. How are we on time? I don't have oh, I do have a clock in here.
You've got about 10 more minutes, so.
Let's see. Do I have any house cleaning stuff to do? I'm like, I think I covered everything I wanted to. I didn't really talk too much about the uniform lightening. I talked about what I did with it, but not why it's so great.
Alicia, how long do we have to use the code? The code is good until the 31st. So to get your 55% off of the 50 or more, AlkaLive until March 31st.
No, I did tell you guys it's my favorite to lift artificial color.
Yes.
I think I did cover everything that I wanted to.
Yeah, you really, you've gave us a lot of information. I appreciate it. So let's talk about afterwards. What do you do? You know, rinsing out, do you shampoo, condition? What do you style with? Give us some details.
Oh, okay. Thank you for directing me. The rinse is just a cold water rinse. If I feel like the hair needs a little moisture, maybe do a little bit of a mask. But usually it's pretty conditioned afterwards, especially using the unicorn milk before. The hair feels pretty good. So you just rinse and style however you want. Now for her style, she obviously has pre-lightened hair. It's been processed a few times, so we're gonna need some of the VIP for her ends. After we spray unicorn milk all over her head. So that would be conditioning. The VIP will help with frizz and shine. And she likes a little bit of volume, so I'm going to use Plump on her too, which is the root lifting spray. It is, I keep saying this, it is one of my favorite alkali products. It turns out I just like all of them. But it actually has rice protein in it to absorb oil over time. Obviously, Emma doesn't have that issue, but I do. It definitely lets me wear a blowout for 2 to 3 days rather than 1, which is great. And it does give me body and a little bit of control. So I'll be using that on her. The VIP definitely acts as a heat protectant too. And the unicorn milk. So I'll probably put some waves in her hair too.
Perfect Easter hair.
I know. I'm excited.
We love it.
I do have some clients that let me experiment, but this is nice to actually just take the time to do whatever you want. So
absolutely, and I love that you just kind of rolled with it, and I'm digging the little blonde ends. I think it's going to look really great.
Yeah.
All right, Tori, I want to thank you so much for being a part of this today and showing us, giving us some tips and tricks. We can't wait to see the after, so please make sure you get me pictures.
Oh, I definitely will.
Yeah, we'll share them up on the main page soon, guys. Just to remember one more time, you guys, you still get 55% off, 50 or more using the code ALKALIVE. That's good until March 31st. Again, Tori, thank you so much. You were fantastic.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see those finished results. Guys, we've got one more class. Sharon Lytle's up next. Make sure you tune in, okay? Thank you, Tori.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Alkali, for hosting. And like I said, afters on the page later.
Perfect. Thank you.
It'll be fun.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.